Hi, hope you're doing well. What's new, peeps? Are you hanging in there? I hope you are. It's Saturday, April 11th, and I'm here to do a little bit of rambling, a little bit of talking, a little bit of ranting, um, all those typical things that I do. Anyway, I hope you're doing well. I've been listening to, I was emailing Ashley Marlowe from Cone Melt, and Um, we were talking about some of his recent releases and his older releases, and I'm just going to show a couple of records really quickly to start here. This is The God in Hackney, The World in Air Quotes. This is what Ashley Marlowe is doing these days. He's the guy in Cone Melt that I interviewed a few years ago. We've been emailing more recently. We were talking about this album, and I was telling him how much I love this album. He's got many different musical interests, and this is what his current thing is, The God in Hackney. Good old Ashley Marlowe. Ashley, are you watching? I hope you're good, buddy. I love talking to you. You're a top man, and I love that you chatted with me on my channel. In fact, if you want to come on for another chat, I would love to do that again. Come on back, Ash, when your new God in Hackney album comes out. Come on my channel. We'll do a little plugging. And we can talk about some of your older music like this. This is the Cartridge Family. I've been pulling out all of Ash's projects that are not Cone Melt. I feel like as I look back too at that Cone Melt interview, I feel a little bad because I didn't ask him about anything else. I only asked him about Cone Melt in particular, but he's recorded under all these other names with other people. Here's another example of that. This is Cartridge Family. These guys put out a couple of records back in the 90s. Excellent techno flavored dance music. Here's some more stuff. This is Fader Flippers, another one of Ash's names, one of his cognomens. Fader Flippers. Here's another Fader Flippers record. I've been pulling them all out. Not much to look at. I know they're all generic sleeves, but here's a nice little hidden ditty of his, Polis. I don't know how many of you knew this was Ashley Marlowe of Cone Melt, but Polis, this is a great record. Here's another one called The Good Lover Brothers. More Cone Melt stuff. Under different names. Another Good Lover Brothers record. This is awesome too. This is a Professional Girls EP. One of the fun things about some of these records too is they're pressed at 45 RPM, but they sound just as good at 33 RPM. The multi-talented, multifaceted, multi-speeded, multi-sped Ashley Marlowe. Music that sounds good at all speeds. And here's another one. God, I don't even remember the name of this. Another Cone Melt related record from the 90s. Awesome acid tinged techno music. Here's another one, The Secret Order. This is Cone Melt going under a different name. Members of. Ashley Marlowe is basically, he's the common thread throughout all these. I think these records, like Ash is part of all of them, and then there might be one or two guys that are part of something else. But this is essentially the Cone Melt guys and Ashley Marlowe right here. Secret Order. What do we have here? I think this is another Fader Flippers record. More Fader Flippers, generic sleeve. Then we have Kid Acid. Ash, this is a great record. All of these are fantastic. Kid Acid, though. This is fucking cool. Some more Cone Melt related stuff. It just never stops. He's been a busy man, and all of his musical output has been fantastic. Anyway, I'm on a Cone Melt tear lately. I'm recording. I've already recorded all the Cone Melt stuff, and now I'm doing everything else. Also, this as I was going through this, I reached out to Ashley, and we emailed a few times back and forth, and I told him. I linked him to the Polis record in particular. I was like, yeah, I don't know that a lot of people know this is you. And he goes, yep, that's me, and that's my garage record, and it is. It's a great garage record. And he said, do you know this one? And he linked me to a record that I don't have. I had no idea it was Ashley Marlowe. I had no clue. The Discogs posse doesn't know either. When I looked at the credits, it was not linked to Ashley Marlowe, Cone Melt, none of that stuff. I love it when you find a record that Discogs doesn't even know about. You know, the Discogs databasers are so busily, like, hungrily, you know, as they salivate their way through catalogs and cataloging systems, they want to know every record and get every record uploaded to the database and cross-reference to every other artist and label ever known. And I love it. It's rare when you find a record that even the Discogs community has not discovered yet. Anyway, Ashley, he linked me to this record. Thank you, Ashley, for doing that. I bought it. Somebody had it for sale for $5 on Discogs, and I was like, oh, yeah. Of course, it was $20 to ship. It's coming from Europe. But I thought, you know, for $25, I can do that. I can do it. So it hasn't reached me yet, Ash, but it will be here. When I get it, I'll show it off. Or maybe I won't. Maybe I'll just leave it a mystery. That'll be more interesting. Anyway, I'm a big Ashley Marlowe fan, and Ash, if you're watching this, thank you, brother. I love you. Keep up the music. Keep the music coming. We love it. So a quick rant, and then I'm going to go away. Many of you probably know this. I was checking my email just an hour ago, and YouTube has decided to raise the price of their premium plan. Yeah, they decided to raise the price. Can you actually imagine if these multi-trillion-dollar companies actually ever considered lowering their price? Can you imagine the freakish alternative universe where that would be the reality, where they actually lower it? But that doesn't happen in our reality, does it? It only goes up. These companies never have enough fucking money, do they? Never. And then they gaslight you. Oh, it's because of this. It's because of that. It's hard keeping up. It's hard. It takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of work to nickel and dime your ass. You, the consumer. It takes a lot out of us. It tuckers us out. So we have to raise the price now. You know, and okay, back to YouTube. I'll blast off in a minute here, but here's what the email says. To continue delivering great service and features, we're increasing your price to $15.99 a month. Now it's $14.99 a month right now. So they raised it $1. We don't make these decisions lightly. Oh, really? There's the gaslighting. But this update will allow us to continue to improve premium and support the creators and artists you watch on YouTube. There's some more gaslighting. You will see the change reflected on your next billing date. Okay. So, this is a very minor increase. It's going up $1. Those of you who subscribe to Apple TV and Netflix and Amazon Prime and YouTube Premium, this isn't going to be new to you. But every year now, at least twice a year, some of you who subscribe to Xbox Game Pass too, you saw a major increase in that last year. This is the trend. You have something that you deem worthy and you buy it, and then it just exponentially goes up in price every single year. It ceases to become about the money. This is just my opinion, but I feel like a lot of people agree with me on this. It ceases to be about the money. It becomes a principle. These are companies that do not need the money. YouTube, which is owned by Google, I assume everybody knows this, but for the few of you out there that may not know this, YouTube's owned by Google. Do you think Google needs any more money? What is the one factor, the deciding factor in Google raising the price? Do you really think it's because they want to support artists and content creators? Do you really think that's the reason? Or do you think that they want to pad the pockets of their shareholders? I think it's the latter, don't you? Do you really believe that Google and YouTube is desperately trying to support their content creators, which I am? I'm a content creator. You know how much money I make as a content creator? Next to nothing. Several months ago, I gave you guys honest, 100% transparent numbers. I make $1.60 a day on average. YouTube only pays out to their content creators $100. That's the threshold. They won't give you a dime until you have generated $100. So I make an average of $1.60 a day. So you can work out the math there. How often do you think I'm seeing a payment once I hit the $100 threshold? Yeah, it's not often. My channel gets thousands of hits, thousands of views. I make $1.60 a day. Now, as a content creator who makes next to nothing as a content creator, now my YouTube Premium package is getting raised by a month. It's risen. Do you think I'm going to see a single dollar of that rise? No, of course not. Do you think the shareholders will? Oh, I think they will. This is what you pay for when these hikes happen. You are paying for rich fat cats to further line their pockets and their wallets. Now, I know a lot of you know this, but this is why I'm here today. You can either choose to not watch me, or you can watch me. This is what I'm talking about today. A couple weeks ago, someone was watching an old Depeche Mode video I posted. And the guy was like, dude, what's with all the ads? And I understood his pain. I really did. I initially saw it and I was like, dude, you know, what do you want from me? It's what YouTube does. But I actually agree with him. You know, people who don't subscribe to YouTube Premium, you guys watch my channel and how many ads do you get hit with? With every 20-minute video I post, how many fucking ads do you guys watch? Probably at least 2 or 3, right? I have no control over it. None. Zero. Nothing. But the way YouTube verbalizes it in their emails, I'm the one that's getting supported. This is why they raise their prices, so people like me can capitalize. No, I'm not capitalizing from it. I'm going to be one of the very few YouTube channels out there who encourage people to stop watching me. Don't watch me. I agree with you. It's bullshit. It's only $1, but it's the principle of the thing. Okay? $15 a month is enough. Why is it now $16? Why do you feel, Google, that now I have to pay an extra dollar so you can support people like me when I get no further support? Who are you talking about? Which content creators are you speaking of? You're not speaking about me. I'm not seeing an increase in my take, in my rake. I see nothing. It's principle. In the last couple of years, I have stopped subscribing to Apple TV. It used to be $7 a month. It's now $13 a month. I don't subscribe to that anymore. I was an Xbox Game Pass member. It was $20 a month for that. Now it's $30. Last year they raised their price by 50%. It's $30 a month to get a bunch of shitty old games that you don't even own. So I canceled that. I don't have Netflix anymore. They want to charge you more money just for the base service. Then they want to charge you $5 or $6 to have HD. And I don't know how many of you know this, but Netflix actively engages in censorship. They had, those of you Mr. Show fans out there, Bob Odenkirk and David Cross created a new comedy show basically Mr. Show. They brought all the old people back, and they made 4 episodes of Mr. Show for Netflix about a decade ago. And they showed them. They were all there. They were hilarious, by the way. But there was one episode that had one scene in it that somebody found offensive. And they removed it. Netflix didn't just take that one skit out of that episode. They removed the entire episode. They had it up on their site, on their service, for a year. But then Netflix deemed that one of them was too offensive. You guys can Google this, and I'm not going to get into the scene, but you can go Google this. They decided that they didn't want to have that on their air, and they took it off. They just took the whole fucking thing off. So now they engage in censorship, and they want to charge you extra to use your HD. Fuck Netflix. You guys should cancel all of your Netflix subscriptions. If you are complicit with Netflix and you choose to subscribe to them, you are sponsoring and supporting censorship. I'm sorry to tell you, but you are. There's no argument about this. If you support Netflix, you support censorship. Okay? Cancel your Netflix subscriptions. Okay? The people that watch my channel, I would hope, do not advocate for censorship. Get rid of Netflix. Amazon Prime, just last month. Do you remember when Amazon Prime was just for 2-day delivery? Do you remember this? Like, when did they start this? Like 20 years ago? I feel like I've been a Prime member for 20 years. And 20 years ago when they first did it, it was like $80 a year. Do you remember this? It was $80 a year, I think, and you got free 2-day, not free, you got 2-day shipping on everything. And every single time you got it 2 days later, without question. And if they didn't deliver it, they'd give you a free month of Prime. Like if you didn't get it on that second day, you got a free month of Prime. If you pre-ordered something for its release day and you didn't get it on release day, you got a free month of Prime. They delivered every time. And then over the years, they've raised the price, and now streaming is part of it. Now with streaming, this happened, I don't know, a year or two ago, at least here in the United States. I don't know how it works outside the United States. But here in the United States, streaming has become part of the Prime package. A couple years ago, they decided if you want to have ad-free Prime streaming, you have to pay $3 on top of what you're already paying for Prime. If you don't want to experience ads, you got to pay another $3. Okay, so I bought into it when they did this. I'm like, I certainly don't want to watch ads. Last month, I got an email, we all did, from Amazon Prime saying that, oh, you don't want to watch stuff with ads? It's going to be $5 now. $3 wasn't enough. We just raised it to $5. Again, it's only $2, but you're already spending $3 on shit you don't want, that you didn't ask for. And I hasten to remind all of you, it's Amazon. Do you think that Amazon, of all companies on the earth, needs more money? This nickel and diming is ridiculous. So now I have canceled Amazon Prime, I have canceled Netflix, I have canceled Apple TV. You think fucking Apple needs more money? And now I will be canceling Google and YouTube Premium. Fuck yourselves, Google, with your extra dollar now. Who are you supporting with this extra dollar other than your own bullshit? I'm not seeing any of it. So I advocate and I encourage you to not watch my videos. I do. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Fuck Google and fuck YouTube. This is ridiculous. This economy that we have in the United States is so fucked right now. It's horrible. People are suffering across the board. They're working multiple jobs. They don't have health insurance. They can't afford to buy basic everyday human necessities. And we've got Google, Amazon, Netflix, Apple jacking prices on us every fucking day of our lives. Cancel this shit. And seriously, people, look up Netflix. If you're subscribing to Netflix, you need to cancel there. You need to cancel. Because you are supporting censorship. You know, it's art. If you find it offensive, good. It's art. If art is getting censored, it's no longer art. It's an agenda, and that's exactly what Netflix is trying to embolden. They are trying to embolden an agenda, and you are supporting that if you buy Netflix. So, anyway, there's my rant for the day. Fuck you, Google, and your $1 hike. I don't need YouTube in my life. I really don't. I watch it a lot. I mean, I do. Usually every time I make a video, I kind of catch up on what's going on YouTube. But you know what? I don't need it. I'm far too connected, and so are all of you. We're all too connected. Cancel your social media, put your phone down, stop staring at your computer screens and your phone screens, and go take a walk. And when you get back, read a book. How much money do you spend on streaming services every month? And how much of it is so you don't have to sit through commercials from these multi-trillion-dollar companies that could easily remove this no ad fee that you pay? How much do you pay for Amazon every month? Is it $15 a month? They want 5 more so you don't have to sit through commercials? It's Amazon! How much money do these fuckers need? Fuck all the streaming platforms. That's what I have to say. Remember, it's not just $1. YouTube, I get it. They only raised it $1, but that's not the problem. That's not the issue. You're already paying $15 too much. And now they want another $1. How much is enough? Bye.